सभी सीधा होकर बैठेंगे। And bring your attention to the center of the forehead. जहाँ हम तिलक लगाते हैं वहाँ पर अपने ध्यान को लेकर आएंगे। And gently visualize जैसे तिलक लगा हुआ है वहाँ पर। अभी तो तिलक नहीं लगा है, लेकिन आप विजुअलाइज कीजिए कि तिलक लगा हुआ है वहाँ पर। गोल्डन कलर का तिलक, चंदन का या लाल रंग का टीका, उसको विजुअलाइज करना है। जस्ट उसको देखें और उसको होल्ड करें, उस पिक्चर को। शुरू में दिखाई देगा, नहीं दिखाई देगा, कभी किसी को कम दिखाई देगा, किसी को ज़्यादा दिखाई देगा। That is power of visualization. But it's all about a little practice. तो ये 3 दिन में हम उसको बार बार प्रैक्टिस करेंगे ताकि मंडे तक हम मेथड को सीख कर जाएंगे यहाँ से। तो जब भी रेड लाइट ऑन है, इट इज टाइम टू बी इन साइलेंस एंड अपनी तरफ देखने का। देखें भ्रिकुटी के बीच, अब उस तिलक की जगह एक लिटिल स्टार एनर्जी को विजुअलाइज करना है। एनर्जी जो इन आंखों से दिखाई नहीं देती है, उसको विजुअलाइज करना है। बस एक लिटिल स्टार की तरह इन द सेंटर ऑफ द फोरहेड। कुछ नहीं और करना है, जस्ट उसको देखना है। जैसे आकाश में सितारे होते हैं, वैसा ही सितारा शक्ति, मैं आत्मा इन द सेंटर ऑफ द फोरहेड। और उसको देखते हुए हम संकल्प करेंगे, क्योंकि जो हम अभी थॉट क्रिएट करेंगे वो हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस को चेंज करती है। तो उस सितारे को देखते रहें और साथ में संकल्प करेंगे, मैं शक्तिशाली आत्मा हूँ। Gently repeat.
You won't get patience. Is that okay? You won't get patience. Is that okay? Speak nicely. Is that okay? Is it fine if nobody comes to you? No. Early in the morning, create this one thought. Let no one come to me today. Because if you create that thought, you are creating a positive karma that no one should fall ill today. Although the crowd is coming to you, the queue is increasing, but it should not come into your intent that people should come to me. Because if it's in my intention that my hospital should be filled, there should not be space to sit in my OPD, that I'm ready, then I'm radiating a vibration into the air that everyone should fall ill. Should we create this kind of thought? Should we create this kind of thought that people should fall ill today? What kind of thought we should create? That everyone should be healthy and no one should come to me. But still people will come, but you did your karma right. Like from childhood, we were taught what kind of prayer we used to do since childhood. There should be peace in the world, health, success. But after becoming a doctor, we changed the prayer a little bit. We said there should be peace in the world, but there should be a little bit of diseases as well so that my hospital goes on. It's a thought. And that thought is going to raise up the vibrations of whom? That thought is going to raise up our vibration. So please remember all the time the quality of our karma, how it should be up, up, up. That will create our health. So are you ready to pay attention to that emotional fitness of everyone? You all know day by day we are becoming weaker from up here. So God has already told, and you should please note it down, and you will see that this time will come, and this time will come in our lifetime, that the mind will become so weak that the medicines won't work in the bodies of the people. And when the medicines won't work, your one power from you will work on them. When the medicines don't work, what works? You say to the people that we did what we could, now you only need to pray. So what is the meaning of praying or blessing? What does it mean? Blessing means the highest vibration line. With that, all frequency will change. Please put down your phones, you don't need to record. The recording is already going on, we all know everything. We have not come here to learn anything new. We're only here to revise, we already know what we already know. And to use it. So blessing means when my every thought is pure and powerful. And when my thought is pure and powerful, what will it do to the destiny? It will change it, not just mine, but also others. And so, if you said he won't get well, he can't get well, you were able to see it, but then he gets well, then what does everyone else say? They say it was a blessing which worked. So blessing is a high energy word or meditation or prayer which changed his destiny. So blessing, it's not something we have to do only when we are in some kind of problem. Blessing is a way of living. It's also a way of thinking and a way of speaking, which means each of our thought and our word should have a vibration. Where should it be? Show it by your hands, highest. And these days our thoughts and words vibration go down so easily. So these blessings can make our destiny, and the opposite energy of it can also do harm to our destiny. And when we create high energy words, that is, and thoughts, that is fitness. Can the body be considered for physically fit only when the weather is good or no one is ill around me? Which means when my environment is perfect and then I'm healthy. Is that called fitness? No, anyone can do it. But when the weather is not okay, 10 people around me are sick, everyone is coughing, someone is sneezing, some other virus, and in the middle of that, you are healthy. Then you will be called that this person has a good immunity system, which means for me to be physically fit, I have to be above what is around me. The air will be polluted, the water will be polluted, people will be sick, virus is spreading. You have all come to a medical conference who are coming here? No, if not, you can go back. You should always remember one thing: don't do any karma which will shake somebody else's state of mind. They're coming, walking down, they are not doing anything wrong, but they were thinking about their own benefit. We are doing it all the day. Whose benefit are we thinking about? That I should go ahead and I should get a seat, but what impact is it going to create on others? We didn't take care of it. But if any karma, if taking, then this is law of karma, that my mind won't be able to concentrate or focus or be powerful. So the way of living is just not what's right for me, not just that, but it should be like, because of me, please tell, not just in the hospital, you're doing it there, but because of me, no one else should get disturbed because of me, not only physical or verbal, but also on the thought level. And there's only one way for that: to raise the quality of our karma. If everything around me is not okay and I'm still okay, then we are healthy, emotionally fit. What is emotionally fit? What is being emotionally fit? And what is being emotionally unhealthy? If people around me are fine around, they're all nice, they're all behaving nicely with me, if all the situations in my life are going well, then I'm happy. Would this be called fitness? No, anyone can do it. But if the situations around me are not very favorable, suddenly a thing comes up in my life which is not my way, people are not behaving my way, they're not working my way, there are so many things around me which are not my way, but my mind is still stable and strong amidst that, then it'd be called fitness. And if we create this fitness, then would there be a change in our lives? What words will not be there in our lives anymore? If we create this kind of fitness, if we become emotionally high in our immunity, this could be called emotional quotient or emotional immunity, any word, but if we create this kind of quality, that situations around me are could be anything, people may behave their way, but I'm healthy. What emotions or words would not be there in our vocabulary anymore? What words would go out of our vocabulary? So many words which we call normal these days. Sorrow. Okay, please bring forward both of your hands. What is fitness and what is disease? So I'll say out some samskars. Which samskars or nature, personality you think is healthy, put it on the right hand and raise it up. And what you feel creates discomfort, place it on the left hand. And Just say after putting it so that we'll know. Everyone should do it on the rule of the game. Don't look at others where they are placing them. Kalyug became Kalyug because everyone is looking at others. If you want to raise up from Kalyug, you need to leave this nature behind. This is the time when you should not be doing what everyone else is doing. Now we have to have the power to stand on the right even if we are alone. So start, you just say left and right, where you placed it. The checking which we need to do is which emotion makes me comfortable and which emotion creates a little bit of discomfort, stress. Little stress, is it good for health? Is it needed for performance? Say, please say. How will we perform if we don't have stress? There is NEET exam next year. We should be stressed. Yes. Say. Is it on the left or is it sometimes on the left and sometimes on the right? Anything which creates a discomfort is a discomfort. And it will bring my vibrational energy down. So start. Clear. Stress. Left. Anger. Left. Happiness. Right. Peace. Right. Criticism. Left. Comparison. Left. You should not compare yourself with other doctors. Yes, we should never. When we compare, how do you feel? You either feel very high or very low, so both are not comfortable. Expectations. We should not have any expectations. We are not just going to say, but we need to do this coding on the inside, and you should also write it on the book. Self-respect. Right. Inspiration. What is the opposite of expectations? Whatever is on the left hand, it also has something on the right hand, something opposite. What is the opposite of expectations? Acceptance. Okay. Competition. How many patients are coming to my clinic and how many are going to the other doctor's clinic in front of me? Don't do it like this. Think. Rule. What is the rule? Do you feel comfortable with the energy of competition? Can you sit peacefully when competition is going on around? Does your heart rate changes when there is competition? So which is creating discomfort on the physical level. Just think how much discomfort it creates on the mental level. So just check what kind of energy is created with that kind of energy, with that kind of emotion. What is the energy when somebody is criticizing? And what is the opposite of criticism? Appreciation. Fear. You should not be scared. Is fear normal? Is fear normal? Is it normal? Yes. It's normal to get scared or be feared. Is fear healthy for me? Is it healthy for the body? It's different that we create fear a lot of times, but we need to remember the rule. What is not healthy is not normal. When you go back from here, if you really want to change the society which you have been putting efforts into, for the last 15 days you were saying, what did this society do, what's happening, we need to change the society. If you really want to change the society, you will have to give the world the definition of normal. If you're going to tell them that anger, stress, greed, fear is normal, lust is normal, if you are going to tell them that this is normal, then they're going on creating it. And the more they create this kind of energy, they are shifting from emotional health to further away from it. They're becoming emotionally diseased. And when we are emotionally diseased, it is manifested in different ways in different people. Understood? How it comes out in a different way, that's just a disease, what you witnessed. So the word normal, it's the emotion which everyone has, but is it normal or not, we need to tell them. You need to tell to the world. When we do a normal health blood checkup, I don't understand anything that is written on it. I just need it to be under the normal range. I'm going to see the report. I'm just going to say, okay, this is normal. What is mine? Okay, this is normal. What is mine? If the range of the lab person is wrong, but if my result is fitting in the normal range, and the normal range might be wrong, but I'm going to believe that I am okay. So the figure I got or the value I got, the more important than that is what is the normal range, and who is going to tell that normal range? Who will tell the world what is normal? Doctors. Are you ready to raise your hands? Who is going to tell the world the range which is normal? Are you ready to tell the world? What is anger? What is anger? Don't tell them that, okay, it's okay if you get angry, you should let it out. You should not suppress it. That is right, you should not suppress it. But you didn't tell the whole line. You told them not to suppress. So they'll say, the doctor said, don't suppress, because you'll get sick if you suppress. But even if you let it out, were you healthy? Did you become healthy after shouting? After making other people cry? You just told them half a line. Don't suppress, but also don't create anger. This is the whole line. But our medical books tell us that anger is normal. Is it not written? Anger is normal, stress is normal. We need to change it. We need to change it. The unhealthy emotions are said healthy by the world, and then the world is standing like this and says, I want happiness, I want health, I want this and that. So it means it's like saying I want health, but I will keep on creating negative emotions because the world says it's normal. Where will we place ego? And what is the opposite of ego? On the right hand. What is the opposite of ego on the right hand? Humility. Attachment. On which hand would you place attachment? No attachment with the kids? With the kids, should it be attachment or not attachment? Attachment is not just with people, but with the role, with the position, to my definition of what is right and my thought even. And when the disease is worsened, we may get attached to the things even. Who all will feel bad if there's a dent on their car? A lot of pain. That is called attachment to objects. Attachment means it affects me. That is attachment. So little practice, half attachment will just vanish with awareness. If the car gets a dent, it should not get a dent on me. It's just a dent on the car. Right or wrong? For a dent on the car, be detached. Should I get disturbed? Should I or shouldn't I? No, why? Because it can be mended. But what is the harm in getting disturbed? That is the thing. So what happened? So what will happen if I create some thoughts for 5 minutes? Oh, my car got dented. It was a new car. I just bought it. How people drive these days? These days they know how to drive. Who gives them license? They just have gotten their license by bribing. Going on and on and on. What will happen if I just think about it like this for 5 minutes? Is it making any difference? There was a loss to the car. Should I not think at least this much? The dent is only on the car, but if I create these kind of thoughts for 5 minutes, is there a loss? Because you know how the system works. So you tell me, if I create these kind of thoughts for 5 minutes, will there be a loss? Any kind of loss? Okay, it will also affect my body. I was just thinking about the effect on the mind. If there is a dent on my car and I'm not able to tolerate it, if there is a dent on my body, if I come to you in that condition, my mind will be totally disturbed, and then you'll be giving me medicine and I'll be creating stress on the inside and fear. And the healing, my healing will take a lot of time and there will be more complications. And if you give me medicines from there and I give blessings from here, otherwise not only what other people give, but I can create it for myself. It means you are giving me healing, and also I'm creating healing energy from here. So will it not fasten? So the clarity what health is, not just for them but for yourself, that things will come, situations will come, so many things will happen, but all of it is happening outside. Emotional health means the effect of outside should not come to me on the inside. I am powerful. If in little things you start wasting your power, then when there is a slight bigger problem in your life, you won't be able to face it because you won't have the power or the energy to face. So if you see our parents and then us and then your children, do you see a bit of difference in resilience? You see a difference in resilience, right? Physical health is different. Can you see it in all the 3 generations? Which generation is healthier? Parents. The parents, when not much hospitals were there, not much specialities were there, not much instruments were there, all these things were not there. What we have today. Why is this happening? That they were healthier than us, we are a little bit less healthier, and then our children are even less healthier, and by the time our grandchildren comes, we don't know. So because of really resilience, that's the word. So because the generation that our parents were in, there were more hardships, so automatically they had to face and bow down and live in a family of 10, letting go and forgiving. They had to do so many things. So really resilience was build it up automatically. They didn't have to go to the gym. They were doing so much during the day that it was an automatic exercise. But then our generation came that we got so many things slowly that we turned down taking care of ourselves. But then now the generation that is coming, you can see yourself in your children, in your young doctors, and in the students of your medical college. Can you see the difference? What difference can you see? This should be a wake-up call that if you're looking at something, if you're able to see something, let's take let's do something. If you can see that we are going on the wrong way, then at least we should stop and turn. Otherwise, we would keep walking on the wrong road. What do you see that is happening these days with the children? What can you see that you feel that there is a little lesser resilience in them? What is the difference? They panic easily and they are intolerant, they are anxious, addictions are increasing. They give up easily. The depression is increasing. They're taking a decision to not live life anymore. And still, we won't take it as a wake up call. When something happens, sometimes that's okay. That's not healthy, but when the frequency increases, it starts to become normal. Should we take it as normal? Would this be called a successful country in the world? Did we work for this for the past 30 years? So don't you think we should take a U-turn? Should we not take a U-turn? How will you make them strong? How will you make them emotionally strong? Who all wants to make their children emotionally strong? Majority of children are going to become doctors. Yes, of course. Why not? You don't want that. You don't want to make them doctors? You don't want to make your children doctors? Always remember, the atmosphere in the world is created by us, so who will change it? We. Just saying the atmosphere is not right, we don't want them to become doctors. Who made this atmosphere? The mind is still going to remain the same everywhere. You cannot run down the challenges in a role, but you need to increase the soul power. But how will you make them powerful? Go to your home, visualize. There are 4, 5, 6 people living there in that home. There is an air in that home that blows, like we have come here today morning or yesterday. There's an air here, their atmosphere. Since the time you've come here, you're saying it's peaceful here. And peace is power, you automatically feels nice. You haven't heard anything, you haven't changed anything, but just by coming here, you feel comfortable, energized. And did you do anything for that? You just came. And the vibrations are making you feel better. Can you not do these changes at home? The children don't need to do anything. You need to create the atmosphere in the house that just by living in that house, the children are becoming powerful. Like the atmosphere you are here in, you like the atmosphere. The people living here created this atmosphere. The building is the same, like an auditorium in your building, your city. The room is simple, the food is simple, nothing is extraordinary. But how the vibrations were made by the people who live here permanently. They are doing so many things during the whole day, service the whole day, but they're also practicing to be emotionally fit during the whole day because they're keeping themselves emotionally fit. It's radiating in the air. And when you came here, without even doing anything, you were able to take that strength. Are you ready to do this at your home for your children? You just can't go to them and just ask them to be strong. They are growing up in a different atmosphere. If they're in a medical college, people around them are so stressed and upset. They're going amongst their friends, same energy. They're picking up the phone, same atmosphere. So it's like an instruction. If we just say it to them, we need to change the energy, atmosphere of the house, and that will make the atmosphere environment strong, and that's why you have been called here. This conference would have been uh, done in your city, but the vibration wouldn't have been the same. So here you are to see the practical proof of how we can change the vibrations of our home, our family, and the world. Now, when you see the whole day, just keep on roaming around and please observe keenly the people who are serving here. The people who came yesterday night, you must have heard there was a song playing at 3:30 a.m. How many of you were able to hear it? It means all the people living here, they wake up at that 3:30 a.m. song. 365 days a year we wake up at 3:30 in the morning. And from there, at least till 10 p.m. at night, we serve, all of us. Just go anywhere in this campus. So the belief system and the myth that ashram, it just means, oh, they don't have to do anything, it's just peaceful, easy life. No, actually living at home is easier. To live here is not that easy. How many people live here? How many people live in a house? 4 or 5. There are 150 people living here in this campus. Would you be able to adjust with 150 people? 150 people who are together for 365 days of a year, 24 hours. How many hours are we there at our home? How much time do we spend at our home? And the majority time in that also, it's just sleeping time. Still the energy at our home is not like this. So these 150 sisters and brothers, they live here 365 days at home. We are 4 people, we have got a relationship among each other. Here 150 people, they don't have any relationship among each other. Some are illiterate, some have done PhD, culturally different, upbringing different, some scars different. And 150 people suddenly, 265 days, 24 hours, for the past 30 years, they're living here. There's no salary, no promotion. Now tell me, is there one reason left to be happy? Any reason left to be happy? We don't have family with us. We don't meet them. There is no promotion, no salary, and we have to live with 150 people. There are 4 people living here in one room. Just have to eat whatever everyone else is eating. Same for the clothes. Do we have any reason to be happy? No, but still when you came here, you felt the peace and the power. How? Back home, we've got so much, which we called, oh, I'll get happiness from this and this and this. And these days, still our kids are saying, I'm anxious, I'm depressed. So something is missing in the house. That one factor which is missing in the house, which one is that? What is that factor? Because if you don't get that thing in your house, and if you don't inculcate it in your children, just understand you got it, but kids won't get it. This is the last generation. We are the last generation who know the tools and who have to pass it on to the children. If we don't give, then after 10 to 15 years from now, the world will be different. So what is the thing which is here and which is not there at our homes, which we have to take from here to our home? What is it? There is something here. When we go somewhere, we see, oh, this city, what is the good thing here in this city? What should we take to home for our family members from here? You won't get anything to buy for our family members. Family members will ask you, what did you get for us? You'll just say, they didn't let us go outside of the gate. They just made it sit for the whole day. What will you take back home? What will you take back home? think it's important to think that today, so that by Sunday evening you're very clear what change needs to be created. For 15 days you have been together to change the society, but for how long will you stand? After 15 to 20 days you'll just go back to normal. And if there is no change, you didn't make any change, then what did you do? Then what did you do? Then protection, we do need it. Security, we need it. But do you know the biggest risk, where it's coming from? The biggest protection that we need is from whom or what? At this time, the biggest protection that we need is from whom or what? From the samskars on our left hands, because they are making our lives lower. So just move around and just start talking to anyone. Why are you here? What are you getting? What are the changes that you felt? How are you here for the last 30 years? Just ask them and you'll see. To be happy, actually we don't need anything in our lives. We just need one thing, one powerful mind. So what will we teach our children? We always tell them, if you do this, if you study this, if you get this, you'll be happy. Myth. Study won't get you happiness. Profession won't get you happiness. By being happy, you can play your part in the profession. Let's not get the equation wrong, that if you become this, you'll always be happy. No, by becoming anything, you'll not get happiness. It's from here, up here in the mind. So tell me, if anything happens outside, can your mind be stable? Okay, let's take small things. Do you all have phone in your hands? So just visualize that you have your phone in your hands. Just hold your phones in your hands for a minute. This is my phone, and maybe it can fall right now from my hands. Don't throw it. It can fall from my hands. And if this phone falls from my hand and if the screen gets a scratch, would you be stable? Yes. Because now you will tell yourself, yes, I'll be stable. Till now, we told ourselves, if there's a scratch, I should be upset. It's normal. In fact, if I don't be upset, then people around me will say, you didn't feel upset. There's a scratch on your phone and you're not upset. Are you normal? After going home from here on Sunday, we are going to change the definition of normal. Stretch is on the phone, right? I am perfect up here, in here. Is that possible? Is it possible? For that, what do you need to do? Nothing. Just do this programming up here. Phone will fall, but I'll be perfect up here, just an object. Right? Who is ready to do this? Ready? This is just a practice, it's nothing. We think mind management is something very difficult. It's actually the easiest thing. Just practice. It's just a practice. It's just a phone. It will fall. It doesn't mean we'll be careless with it. We'll be taking care very much. But we know that it might fall at some point. Now, let's say that there was not just one scratch, but the whole phone is broken down. Then, can we be stable? As soon as you start saying yes, the instruction is going to your mind. Is it easy or difficult? Is it easy or difficult? Would you try it or it will happen? You can do it. Would you try doing it or you can do it? Would you try doing it or you can do it? Whose mind is this? How to think, who will decide? I. If the phone breaks down, I'll be stable. If there's a dent on my vehicle, keep saying, because I don't need to hear it. You need to hear it. You need to record it in your mind. according to neuroplasticity, neurons that fire together wire together. So we're firing the new neurons. Till now, we have been firing and wiring old neurons. Now we have made these samskars. Oh no, we will get upset, we will get angry, we will get hurt. I will be feared and scared. We need to change all these neurons, and we have come for that. For these 3 days, there was COVID. You were out there, fearless. You were serving. The whole world said you should be anxious. There will be anxiety. There will be fear because it's COVID. But millions of people created fear and anxiety in the air of the world for those 2.5 years. So much fear anxiety got radiated during that times in the world, that panic attacks, anxiety and fear and decision not to live life after COVID, because vibrationally the air has dipped post COVID, because everyone says said it's COVID, we should be afraid, we will be afraid. So it's the language. So if the phone breaks down, you'll be very perfect. In the next 3 days, there might be someone that the phone will break down. Who will be perfect? What if something happens to the car or the vehicle? If the whole vehicle breaks down? This is how my fitness level will go higher and higher and higher. And if my hand breaks down, there's a fracture in my hand. Do you know what we learn here? Even when the body you're leaving the body, you should leave it happily. Even at the time of leaving the body or dying, we just say leaving the body, not dying. I don't die, I just leave the body. So while leaving the body, I should leave it happily. Who all wants to do it? You want to go happily when you go. You can go happily when you go, when you're happy while living in every situation. You're happy. It's just a conditioning. It's just an instruction. It's like a switch. If you do this, it gets on. If you do this, it gets off. Just tell yourself it gets a strike, just an object, gets broken down, just an object. And as we keep doing it, the conditioning that we have created starts changing, and so vibrations will go higher and higher and higher. Now visualize, just go to your home, your vibrations are getting higher, and this is your home. And you have raised up your vibrations, and the vibrations now, when you go back home, what will happen to the vibrations on the home? But opposite, if there is a scratch on the phone or phone gets broken down, I'm very disturbed. Dent on the car, I'm very disturbed. Somebody says something, I'm very disturbed. So where my vibrations are going? Place your hand down, down, down. So when my vibrations go down, the vibration on my house or the home, they'll go down. And when the vibrations of the house go down, the vibrations of my children will also go down. It's simple. Put the finger here. Don't put the finger on them. Children doesn't mean just two children at home, but it means everyone around. So that's why we need to increase our emotional fitness. First instruction for the mind, the creator of the thoughts. Who is the creator of the thoughts for me? Who is the creator of my emotions? Who thinks I am the creator of my emotions? Always or sometimes? Always or sometimes? Are you sure? So let's change one vocabulary here. Do you have notebook with you? Do you have notebook with you? You have to write it down. You just need to change one vocabulary. Anything can happen. Anything means anything. Whatever may happen. Whatever means whatever. So whatever may happen, the emotions that are being created, who is the creator of that emotions? I. So what vocabulary will finish? I am feeling like this because of. Blame game should be ended. Personal responsibility should be taken. If by looking at your face, I am asking you, why are you angry? Why are you tense? So where do you point to? Or what do I tell you? What they did? And then when I look at your face and there is sorrow on your face, and I say, why are you so sad? You'll just say, my child did this. And when I look at your face and I see you very happy and I ask you, you'll just say, oh, you know what happened today? What does that vocabulary says? Everything I'm feeling is because of the world. It means if there is tension because of something outside. If I'm happy, it's because of something outside. If I am in pain or hurt or sorrowful, it's because of something outside. So who is creating my emotion? Who is creating my emotion? Who is creating my emotion? Sister, can you get up for 1 minute? Now, in front of everyone, I'm going to say something really bad to you. Really bad. Are you ready? Very, very bad. Abusive language, defamation, abusive words, everything. This is her situation. Situation is coming from outside. Now the emotions that she is going to create, whose choice is that? I, not just personally, but in front of everyone, and live, I am going to defame her. We can go, but this video cannot be erased. In front of everyone, I am going to say something very bad to her. This is the situation of her life. Who is going to create the response? Yes, if I say something very bad to her, who is going to create the response? I will create the response. She will create the response. Who is responsible for her response? I, she, or both? Okay, just tell me your opinion. Please raise your hand. Who say I am responsible? I hurt her. See, there is no wrong answer in this hall. Can change after 5 minutes, but it's not wrong. It's always right because it's my belief system, it's my experience, so it's never wrong. It's not about science, like this is right, this is wrong. It's emotions and experiences. Every experience is right and true, so it's right. So, who all think that I am creating her emotion? Who all you think she is creating? And who of you think that both are responsible? So when I start saying something abusive to her from here, the things that are going on in her mind, can I influence it? Can I influence what's going on in her mind? Can I enter into her mind and hurt her? Can I enter into her mind and disturb her? If she allows me, sister, please allow me. How do you allow other people? How do you allow? How do we allow anyone? Even if somebody allows me, how am I supposed to enter their mind? It's a different thinking. We never thought about it. We just say in 1 second, they insulted me. Don't we say this? We say she hurt me. How many of you felt insulted at some point? Please raise your hand. We'll delete it after it. But raise your hand. That they hurt me, they insulted me. Sometimes they just shout in front of other patients as well. So who can protect you? Outer protection, physical protection can be done by somebody for you, but who will protect you emotionally? Ourselves. So who creates emotional terror? Ourselves. So Can I go into her mind and hurt her? Just think carefully, because you will need to delete all those names now, because whom you thought that they hurt me, they said this to me and that to me. What is my power and what is her power? My power is I can abuse her, insult her daily. Some people abuse us daily. I can do that thing daily. But do I have the power that I enter their mind and then disturb her? Yes. Simple, don't think much. Can I enter into her mind and disturb her? I can stand here and shout. If she allows me. Who think that if she allows me, it's possible that I enter into her mind and disturb her? All of you who think that if she allows me, I can hurt her, please stand up. Now let's see, allow means what? Every word is so important because every word is changing our destiny. Now I am shouting at you from here. You just think now, right away. What does it mean? If she doesn't react, then I said 10 lines which are negative to her, and these 10 lines I said them verbally. It was in the atmosphere, everybody heard it, she heard it. After listening to that, she starts thinking about those lines. So who has the power? Who has the power? Place your finger. No, you yourself. Who has the power? I have the power. Nobody else. Does anyone else has the power to disturb you? They have the power to shout, to abuse, to insult, to say wrong things about you. So people have that power. They can spread negative or they can lie about you. They have this power. But people don't have this one power, that they cannot enter our mind and do something to us or shake us. If we shake, who is shaking us? Then who is shaking us on the inside? Who can shake us here on the inside? We ourselves. How? Please again take her example. Everybody stand. Let's say, for example, I say the same lines to all 5 of them who are standing. So the stimulus is same. Those 10 wrong lines are the same, but to 5 different minds. Those lines are given to 5 different people or 5 different minds. Will they respond the same? All of the 5 minds, would they say she insulted me? If I had the power to do it, I can create the same thing in each mind. But those 5 minds will respond differently. Why? Please stand for 30 seconds more. Why would you respond differently? My wrong behavior was the same. They are creating different thoughts, but who is creating those thoughts? So who is responsible for our response? Please place your hand there nicely. I and only I and always I, myself. Outside the world can be responsible for what they are doing, but on the inside world, see, that is the outside world and this is the inner world. There can be everything wrong outside by people towards me, but inner world, In the inner world, right or wrong, only one person can do it, and that one person is me. That is emotional fitness. Only remembering this much is emotional fitness. And after this, if you create sorrow, means if your mind, if you want to create hurt, you create it. It's okay. But please don't say she hurt me. Who hurt me? Just need to change this line or vocabulary. You just need to, you can say she shouted at me and I created the hurt. Is there a difference between the two things? She hurt me or she shouted at me and I created the hurt. Is there a difference between the two things? What is the difference? One says that my mind is in your control, and the other says whatever you did, but my mind's control is in my hands. I created the hurt, and if I created it, then who will make it okay? Me. Do I need to change for others to change? No. So who hurts me? Just place your hands quickly. Who hurts me? Place your fingers quickly. Me. Who makes me angry? Me. Who makes me sad? Me. Who makes me happy? Me. Don't look at the world and say they are making me sad or happy. This is called emotional fitness. This is the truth. But this truth, it was not known. So we went and took the responsibility, positive and negative. We put the responsibility on the world. And this made us like this, like a beggar. Please give me happiness, please give me peace, please talk nicely to me because then I will be happy. We just need one person who talks nicely to us. Where does he live? Just a little mistake. We never made friends with him. We made friends with everyone. I just need one person to talk nicely to me. You can all tell me that I am really, really wrong and bad, and I can say to myself, I'm fine, I'll be fine. But if I tell myself, oh, they said this to me and that to me and said that's about me. But if I think that if you all are saying I'm good, if you're saying I'm bad, so I'm standing then for a social validation. Okay? So their emotions, who created it? So her emotions, who created it? So now lastly, these are 5 people. Do they have an option how to respond when I am publicly abusing or saying something wrong to them? So, because they have power, but how many options do they have in that power? They do have the power, they are creating it, but now that power has come to me, I should know what kind of options I have, what kind of emotions, different emotions I can create. So I abused her. One option is you can just talk the same way to me, or you can say even worse words to me. Just tell me what options we have. The first one is to the extent that I said negative words to her, she can do the same. Second, she can say more bad words to me, and then I said. The intensity of my voice, she can even raise her voice louder than how my voice was. Second option. The other one was silent, not just by words but on the inside in the mind. Is there an option to be silent with words and also at the mind level? Inside is not here, it's here. We need to change this in these 3 days. There is just this heart in the chest. Whatever we are doing up here in the head, the emotions we are creating, it's felt in the chest, and that's why we felt heart was there, but it's up here. If I say so many things to her, will she be able to keep her mind quiet? What thoughts we need, we'll see that, but will be able to do that? I said so wrong, but still would she be able to talk nicely to me? Can she still talk nicely to me? Is there an option? We're not talking about difficult or easy. We're just asking, is it possible or not possible? How many of you think it's possible? Very good. And I said so wrongly to her, and she can forgive me. Is there's an option? And I said so wrong to her and nicely, can you just remember God and bless me? Is that an option? How many of you think this is an option? So tell me, if she says even more lightly to me or less loudly to me, or or being silent or forgiving or blessing, how many options? And all these options we never explored or exercised. We just said, oh, they did this, so I would feel bad. So we lost the power. So when I knew these options, so which option should I use? Don't think about last year or first, just think which option would make my situation go up, which increase my power. In the evening, I have to take this power at home. Please remember this. In the evening, I have to take this power my home. And if I say or behave not nicely with you today, and if you allow yourself to not feel good, the second option is, for how long do you want to feel bad? That's also an option, right? How many options are there in that? For how long would you want to feel bad? 5 seconds? 5 minutes? 5 hours? 5 days? 5 years? Is that an option or not? How many of you remember the things that happened 5 years back? If you can see the hurt or the wound, then remember the mark is still there. If some situation is finished, you won't remember it. People will remind you, oh, you remember that happened that day? Full stop, that's it. So how we responded, but also for how long we hold on to it. So that's the power I have. But if I, even after 5 years, if I look at them and I feel sad, this is a share, see, it was this date, it was 11:30 a.m. morning session, it was this Friday. If I tell people this, okay, what did you have for breakfast today? Oh, I don't remember, but the thing that happened 5 years back, this date, this happened, so the wound is so fresh. These are the wounds that we create, we hold on to, and we never put ointment or medicine to it, and that's why the wound is still fresh. And when some wound is fresh, if it gets brushed or you get more wounds on here, it gets deeper. So in how much time should you heal the wound? And if you keep wounding yourself in 5 years and 10 years, what will happen? You might need to remove your hand, because I kept getting wounds one after the other, because situations are going to come. But I just kept saying because of them, and I kept taking the wounds. So what will happen? Should we bless them who did something for us? Who did something bad for us? Are you really thinking? You're trying to decide? So please sit, you at the back. We'll share later on. If you want to say something in this context, please share. Anything else? This we know. But if somebody says something at your home, that will matter. Do you want to get influenced? They want you to react. So this is one more belief system. See, you should check this belief system. They want us to react. The patient, when patient shouts, when patient is saying something wrong, or even is putting allegations, and you're still compassionate because you're saying they are diseased, they're sick, they're in pain. If some relation, your children, if they're saying wrong, they are putting on some allegations, they're talking rudely, they're shouting, are they not sick? Are they not sick? They are in pain emotionally. So, the kind of compassion we create for physical diseases, that much or even greater, we need to keep for emotional diseases. There was this one time, there was a nurses program. We asked them, what is the stress that you have? They said, doctors yell at us, they scold us. I said, this is your reason? I thought they must have hectic duties. They say, no, we handle that, that's a part of life, that's okay. And I said, patient behave so differently, they're shouting, they're not taking food, etc. They said, no, we are not troubled with that also. They are sick. But so I said, the doctors who are yelling at you are also diseased or sick. They said, no, they're doctors. But then I said, the doctors are sick in their mind because they're shouting at you. So the values which he heard, purity, peace, power, bliss, this is health. When the soul shift from here to there, I am diseased, I am shifted from my position. If someone shouts, they are going to disease. They've shifted from their position of ease. So everything that you have kept here on the left side is emotional dis-ease. Because you have got compassion so much, it's easy for you to do it, because like you have compassion for the one who is physically sick, you only need compassion for the one who is emotionally sick. So after that day, some nurse called me, it's easy. All of this is very easy to do it. She said when the doctor came in the operation theater, he still got angry. No matter how much we did, this still gets angry, and I created a thought, he is sick. And then what happened? And then she said, I didn't feel bad. See what we do, we take other person's emotion on us. They said this to me, he got angry at me. No, they are disturbed internally. She said, after that I created a thought, what should I do that I can make their mental state okay? This is compassion. That the wrong behavior that someone else is projecting, they are disturbed in their mental state. What should I do that I can create their mental state to be better? What can you do to make my mental state better or stable? Please bring out that options again. If I'm shouting, I'm at a lower energy, I'm sad. So the people who behave wrongly with you, bring them on the left hand and yourself on the right hand. To your children or anyone who is not behaving nicely to you. So at that time when they're not behaving nicely, where are they on an emotional level? Are they at a higher energy or lower energy? So they're at a lower energy, and if I shout back, I'm also at lower energy. So if I go to the lower energy, they'll go further down to the lower energy. So I made someone who was sick, I made them even more sick. Someone who was in pain, I added pain to their pain. Now if I remained silent, I was silent, but on the inside I got so sad that I do so much, but they'll just come and say something to me and go. So this is the vibration of pain. So this vibration go to them, and I again added pain to their pain. If I am silent with my mind also, then I am not adding pain to the pain. So now to heal them, what should we do? What should we do to heal them? For that, I should consciously create a medicine for them in my mind. And the medicine of that pain in the mind, because the pain is a thought, and therefore the medicine is also a thought, which is a pure positive thought, which is a blessing. So if I am in pain up here and you are creating a thought, you are a powerful soul, you're a beautiful soul, pure soul, they're very nice. So your energy or vibrations are coming to me, and these vibrations they start to heal my pain. If your vibrations of pain can increase my pain, so your beautiful pure vibrations, what will they do to my pain? So if you're up here, who will be protected first? Your correct thought will protect yourself first. You were stable here, you didn't come down, and then the blessing that you created, who was energized with that blessing? See, you're here. Let's see, this is 30 and this is 50. So if you create pain, you will come from 50 to 40. If you create nothing, just silent mind, then you'll be at 50. And then if you created some blessing, you'll go from 50 to 60. It means if you create right thought for others who will have higher power, our own power will increase. And when your own power will increase, then your vibrations come to me. If I was at 10, then your blessing will make me go from 10 to 20. We are playing this game of 10-20 the whole day, and then you come back at home, you are at 80. This is coming home every evening, right? Now you are 80. Now you created 80 the whole day, and now you are at home. And this 80 vibrations will be radiated at your home. And if your child is at 50, and it's tomorrow, maybe it's his exam, so he's at 40, and when you emit vibrations of 80, when you come at home, you didn't even do anything and you raised his state. So emotional fitness is a thing which is not individual. Physical fitness is individual, confined to one person. If I am fit, my body is fit, not my whole family is fit. But emotional fitness is something like if you keep yourself strong, if you make yourself healthy emotionally, the people around you will become strong with your vibration, and therefore you are feeling happy when you have come here, because it's already raising your vibrations. And why? Because the people who live here, they make this effort to increase or raise their vibrations. They are trying, which you got ready-made when you come here, and when you try, your family will get it and your colleagues will get it. And most importantly, if you do it, who will get it? You will get it, your family will get it, your colleagues will get it, but one more person who will get it, the patients. Now visualize, this is your room, this is your OPD, this is your seat, you're sitting here, this is your table. Now across your table, every 10 minutes there is a patient coming, and 1 or 2 family members with them. Are they coming in a really happy mood? Are they coming in a really happy mood? No. Always remember, the people who are coming here, they are not just physically diseased, they are also emotionally upset. Right or not? So whenever they come to meet you, you'll talk to them. You don't have to talk about the mind, you have to talk about the body, but the vibration that you're living at, those vibrations. They'll get those vibrations for 5-10 minutes and they'll not even know that because of you your power will increase. You will heal the mind even before you have started healing the body. This is the power that you have, that your vibrations will heal the mind or before the medication starts. And if your vibrations makes them feel at ease and peaceful, don't you think their body will heal faster? In a world where we have mistrust around doctors and the systems, and when I come here to you as a patient, I already have 10 thoughts that see this happened in this hospital, they made them they made them do extra scan and stuff. My vibration is different. It should be like people should want to trust you. It doesn't matter what the world is saying about you, they want to trust you. It can happen only in one way, that is vibrations. You can keep so many certificates in your cabin, you can place your awards, you can take everything in your OPD, you can place it, but that doesn't build trust. Vibrations build trust, and this little effort you made, that somebody said something wrong to you and you just created a blessing, you energized yourself, you protected yourself, and you energized the people around you. And the patients that came during the whole day, they got the energy, and that whole energy went to home with you, and you energized your children. The thing that you did for this, just this little thing, that when someone said something wrong to me, I gave a blessing in return. Don't you think it's worth practicing it? Is it worth practicing? It's very easy. And the opposite, somebody did something, I was hurt a little bit, I felt bad a little bit, my heart's vibration went to them, and after that the patients that came to me, my heart vibrations were transmitted to them as well. And when I went back home, my heart energy was there with me, and my children also received it. So one thought can make me go up and also can make me go down. So who does have the power? Here. And especially your role the whole day is meeting the disturbed mind, not just a diseased body. So you're anyways exposed to a lot of vibrations of worry and fear, anxiety and stress. That's your environment. That's the environment of your hospital. And it's actually opposite of this campus. The only difference is you are there every day. This has become your comfort zone, and you don't understand that actually the vibration at your hospital is completely opposite of this campus here. In hospital, people come there in anxiety and fear and pain, and then there are other things. Some people are leaving their body. So many things are going on in a hospital. You have to live there the whole day, and you have to meet the people who have come there in pain. So the exposure to pain that you have is very high. So where should you keep your vibrations? Where? If you don't keep those vibrations up there, then the vibration can bring you down, and people's vibration can bring you down. So from today, one homework. Are you ready to perform this homework? We have come here to a school of 3 days. This is not a satsang. You have to do a homework. So the first homework that you need to do before sleeping today, if you have created any hurt or wound inside because of anyone, just heal it. Consciously write it on your notepad and write it and heal it. If that thing happened yesterday or 5 years back or 20 years back, you have to take it out and you have to change the thought that you created about that situations, because the wound can be old, and however old it is, a wound is a wound. We may think that it's an old thing, but it's still, you remember it and it's a wound. So how many of you think you have a wound? The wounds are like, even if my parents said something to me, it's still hurting. Yes, this happens with children because they don't understand the intentions because we take the words as it is. We just say, how can they say this to me? So let's do this one little exercise today. It could be family, it could be patient or anyone. If some patient talked wrongly to you, they were doing that wrong, I just need to change one thought. Not just at the thought level, but I am going to write it today and change it. I will write that I forgive, I release the past, and I send a lot of love and respect and blessings. Can we write 3 lines? Are you ready to write? But write it 3 to 4 times. You remember, like if we do, like in schools, when we didn't used to do the homework, what did the teacher say? The teacher used to say, write it 100 times, I will do my homework. We do need to do it accordingly here. To change our thoughts, we need to write every day. And also, every night before sleeping, a gratitude. We should write a gratitude towards something, and anything wrong that we created or something happened, we should put an ointment emotionally to ourselves daily. If we do it, then mind will understand how to think right, and after some time the mind will not create a wound that I will need to put an ointment to, and it will become a natural state. So everyone is ready to do this one little practice. And the other practice you need to do, because in these 3 days anything can happen. You might get a phone or something might come up, an emotion will get created. You have to be aware that I am creating this emotion, wrong or right. It's okay even if I create wrong emotion, just don't say that they are creating these emotions in me. Who creates irritation? Irritating patient. How many of you have irritating patients? They are not irritating patients. They just ask questions time and again, the same thing again and again. But who is irritating? Be very clear what they are doing and what I am doing. They are asking so much. They study online and they just keep asking and asking and asking. They are wasting my time. They are doing it. But irritation, who is creating that? Just don't put on this blame, emotional blame to anyone else. This physical outside blame you can put it on to anybody, but don't put this emotional blame on anyone. And this will start increasing your emotional fitness and all this power. Who will get this power? So all this energy from here, this power from here will go to home. So Monday when we go back, we will take this power. The method to create powerful vibrations will go with us. If we go down, if we come to know that the train is cancelled because it was raining, just visualize it. Sunday evening, you just went to the station and the train is cancelled. How will you feel? How will you be? How will you be? Here, you can just come back whenever. You can just stay here for a longer time. This is your home. This is your practice. You just do this 3 times. For these 3 days also, you will have to stand in rows and you might not get a seat on the table while eating. Many things can happen. You might not like the sabzi or the curry. Something will happen, but that is their behavior. This is my thought. That is their behavior. This is my thought. Just keep creating. This is detachment. This independence is detachment, that my emotion is not dependent on you. It is my creation, and if I have even created something wrong, I can just stop and create some right emotions. So who is creating irritation and happiness? Both are created by me. So when you go back, you'll always be happy. And when someone asks you, oh, why are you happy today? You'll say, this is who I am. This is my nature. Always like this. This is emotional fitness. Nature means which is there all the time. So, who all wants happiness? Who wants happiness? Do you still need it after 1.5 hours? You don't want it. If you want it, it means something outside will happen. No, I have to create it. You have to change the vocabulary. We are only going to change vocabulary for these 3 days. I don't want happiness or respect. Just give yourself this blessing. I don't want anything from anyone. I am the one who gives to everyone. I am a giver. So, for these 3 days, I'm going to make my mind and my intellect from the one who takes to the one who gives. So, for a few minutes, let's sit in silence. Are you all comfortable physically? Are you all comfortable physically, everyone? You know, even the nature changed because of you since morning. This is called service. Not only sisters and brothers are serving you, even the nature is serving you. It's shining bright. There's a sunshine outside after 7 days. There was a lot of rain yesterday. Just create this one thought that it'll rain after Monday now here. Do you think it doesn't matter? It doesn't affect the nature? Just try it. Even nature gets affected by our thoughts. And also, if the nature wants to rain, it can rain when we are inside the hall. Just try and do it, and we'll see what happens. Just create a thought. Let's see. Oh, rain. Nature. They're our companion. We just need to respect nature, and nature will nature takes care of us. Rain was important because it doesn't rain much around here. Nakiles was crying, so you came here, and all these other people who gives happiness to everyone, so it started blessing you and caring for you. But if we respect nature, then nature actually blesses us and also takes care of us. So till Monday, how will the weather be? Perfect. Say it will be perfect. If you keep saying perfect, and even if it rains, you just say perfect, and then this programming will be created. And today we'll have our lunch in silence. Who is ready for that? To have your lunch in silence? Who is ready? Today we'll just talk to ourselves and we'll walk down in silence. The weather is nice. You don't umbrella. There's no need to talk. If you're in silence, our vibrations are cached. So if we walk in silence, if we are standing in line in silence, and we'll eat in silence what we are eating, this is prasad. So we'll take it like prasad. Please do not waste. Why? Because it will be a debt on you. Even normally we should not waste any food, and this is a prasad. We should never waste it. And so just take how much ever you want. You can take again, but don't waste. So we'll have our lunch in silence. At 4 we will be here again. Deepadidi will take your session. It's a very, very important session. What is the connection of the soul with the Supreme Soul? Because only then your emotional fitness will increase, and how we will do it, you'll get it at 4 p.m. So we'll try and practice it for 1 minute again. We have to do this practice time and again. So just sit straight, bring your attention to the center of the forehead and remind yourself. If we repeat these thoughts and we visualize these thoughts, then our coding changes. I am a powerful soul. I am a powerful soul. In every situation, I am stable, concentrated and focused. Let anything happen around me, I am stable, strong. Anyone can behave the way they want. I still give blessings. I forgive. I am the powerful pillar of my home. I am the powerhouse of my family. Every day I have to earn so much power and bring it back home. During the whole day, I have to earn the power and take it back home. I am the pillar of power of my house. Now, in the same state, we will walk in this same state and we will introspect ourselves. What behaviors disturbs my behaviors? In what conditions do I react? And keep replacing it with the response. Just keep coding for yourself. Everyone can get up in silence, like angels are walking. Light, powerful, walk like angels in silence. It will be 4 p.m. at 3:50. Let us create a habit of reaching before time. The tea will be served in the dining halls, so after having tea in the dining halls, you will reach here.